Hi, I'm Niklas.
And I'm Franz from LIVLØS, and this is Track by Track for our album And Then There Were None, out October 22nd on Napalm Records. Purest Black, by far the heaviest song we've ever done, and also the very last one to get done for the album. I think we had 2 weeks before our first day in the studio. That's when we had the last part of it, and then we just put it in and we started playing around with it, and maybe like a week tops before hitting the studio, it was ready for it. And we found the tempos and so on. We were almost at the point where we can't put this on the album because we hadn't thought it through that well, but we only had to play it a few times when it was done to agree on that this can't not be on the album. We just couldn't let it go, so thought more about it, and we had also for a very long time wanted to make this kind of song. You know, we were very inspired by something, you know, like Cannibal Corpse, Scourge of Iron, Dawn of Demise from Denmark with Juggernaut, and those kind of just like, ooh, you can only make the stang face when you hear those riffs. It's just, oh. So we wanted to do that, see if we could do it within the LIVLØS sound. It may not sound a little atypical for us, but either way, that's what we wanted to do.
I think we made it our own.
Yeah, it gives that midsection and so on, and the choruses are also something that we do in some sense.
Also a little like the tails of the main riff is very much you, I think.
Yeah, that's something that we typically do to wrap up a riff or something. It's just these broken up chords and eeriness to it. And looking back, it was also kind of important to have this kind of song in the mix of this album because of the dynamics and so on. We just had a lot of fast-paced songs, and we just wanted something to just, okay, we're gonna take this all the way down and see how heavy this can get without being too much or too stupid or too caveman-like.
Yeah, we kind of also made the reverse structure, well, not structure, but the reverse way of the other songs, where it's fast-paced and aggressive in the first parts of the song, and in the midsection comes
yeah, that's always what we do.
Yeah, it takes the tempo to a lower tempo, or it makes it a little quieter or something. But here it was the other way around, where it gets really fast and aggressive in the midsection.
And we played it a few times live at this point, and even though people don't know it yet, we have a really great time playing it live, because people can't nod their heads to this one.
Yeah, and I think that's, of the new songs we played live, it's definitely been the one we got most comments on after the shows. But yeah, we'll see how you guys receive the other songs when we play them live for you.
But yeah, it's the last song on the record, and we had a lot of debates about putting it there because, again, it was something out of the ordinary for us, and I didn't really know if it would fit to do something new at the very end of a record. But when we were done in the studio and had everything, all the layers put in and all the vocals recorded, it just seemed way too obvious to put it at the end of this tale that has also been going on through the different narratives in the lyrics, and also because the lyrics, they ask questions at the very end. They are open-ended, and that's what we wanted for this ending, because this is also a time in LIVLØS where we got rebooted and we've been writing ever since. So
soft reboot.
Yeah. So we are still creating right after we hit the studio with this album. So just wanted to leave it open-ended and like a cliffhanger or something.
Yeah, I seem to remember that we originally put Gallows at the end before the Purest Black was written.
Yeah, Gallows was supposed to, in my head, was supposed to be the end because of the great finale black metal thing happening.
Yeah,
but this was a better choice.
Yeah, we made the right choice, I think. Also because I think like with the slow and really heavy tempo, if And Then There Were None is the explosion right from the start, and this is the implosion of the entire album, where it's just sucked into the middle and just sucked into a fucking black hole.
Cast into the void.
So, lyrically, I remember thinking, what? What? I remember thinking that what kind of perspective on the theme of life and death haven't I touched upon? And I think you mentioned afterlife. So I was like, okay, that's cool. That's what we need. And then I was like, I had some ideas for a outer space themed song. I really wanted to combine those two. And then I thought, what if we do like that outer space is a metaphor for afterlife? Because, well, we know a lot about outer space, but we don't know everything because as far as we know, space is infinite. And we don't know jack about afterlife because, well,
no one's been able to tell the tale.
And nobody's returned yet. So there's this question of where do we go? We will never know. And that is essentially the Purest Black. And that's also why the chorus says, forever left unanswered, forever left untouched, forever left unknown. The Purest Black is not for the living to go. So yeah, and humankind has always been kind of inquisitive, always wanted to figure out stuff and find new things and find the answers to everything. We just keep finding questions, sometimes even making them up just to have something to answer, something new to explore. Where does it end? Is there at some point no more questions to answer, or is there just questions that will never get answered?
There's this constant search for an answer, and the answer is that there is none. There is no answer, and we have to accept that. We have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
At least that's our take on it.